The role of a parent is one of the most essential duties that may be taken on by a person in their lifetime. It is a difficult and rewarding endeavor, but it demands love, patience, and understanding in order to be successful. The goal of good parents is to provide their children with the finest possible life, and they will do whatever it takes to make that happen. On the other hand, there are some parents who go too far with things and wind up causing their children harm, either purposefully or unintentionally. These parents should be avoided at all costs. The activities and behaviors of these parents are shocking to society, and the effects of these parents' actions can have a long-lasting influence on their children and family. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at shocking parents who went way too far. Yeah, you heard it right. The Balloon Boy incident is one illustration of parents who went over the line into inappropriate behavior. In the year 2009, Richard and Mayumi Heen stated that their son Falcon, who was 6 years old at the time, was stuck in a homemade helium balloon that had mistakenly taken off from their backyard. Because of the occurrence, the media went into a frenzy, and millions of people stayed glued to their televisions in order to get updates of the boy's well-being. But as time went on, it became clear that the whole thing was a fake that had been staged by the parents of the victim as a publicity stunt. As a consequence of their actions, the couple was given prison time and probation. The event not only brought the family into the public eye for all of the wrong reasons, but it also traumatically affected their kid and created damage to their connection with him that cannot be repaired. The affluenza mom is yet another type of parent that takes things to an unacceptable level. Tanya Couch, a mother from Texas, made news in 2013 when she and her son Ethan ran away to Mexico after Ethan broke the terms of his probation for a drunk driving accident that resulted in the deaths of 4 people. At the trial of Ethan, his defense team argued that he suffered from a condition known as affluenza. This is a condition in which children of wealthy families are not held accountable for their acts due to the privileged upbringing they had. Tanya received a sentence of 2 years in prison for assisting her son in evading capture and leaving the country. This episode brought to light the risks associated with a sense of entitlement and privilege, as well as the significance of holding children accountable for their behavior regardless of their family's socioeconomic standing. The free-range parent is an example of another category of a controversial parent in today's culture. These parents adhere to the philosophy that they should encourage their children to develop greater levels of autonomy and responsibility. As part of this philosophy, they let their children play outside, unattended, and walk home alone from the park. In 2015, a couple living in Maryland named Danielle and Alexander Maitsev made national headlines when Child Protective Services opened an investigation against them because they had allowed their 2 young children to go home from a park by themselves. The Maitsevs put up a fight against the probe and were ultimately successful, but their story spurred a nationwide discussion about different parenting approaches and how to keep children safe. It is important to remember that there are risks associated with activities that are not supervised, and parents should always put their children's safety first. The concept of giving children more independence is appealing to many people. However, it is important to remember that there are risks associated with activities that are not supervised. Last but not least, the Munchausen by proxy parent is one of the most upsetting sorts of overprotective parents that take things too far. This term refers to a situation in which a caregiver, most commonly a mother, deliberately makes their child sick or produces symptoms in order to get attention and sympathy for themselves. This condition is known as fake illness syndrome. In 2017, Dee Dee Blanchard's daughter, Gypsy Rose, who had been the target of her mother's long-term abuse as well as medical fraud, was arrested and charged with her mother's murder. Gypsy and the other people around her were under the impression that Dee Dee suffered from a number of ailments and disabilities, which resulted in her having to endure medical procedures and treatments that were not necessary. When Gypsy finally became aware of the reality, she conspired with her boyfriend to take the life of her mother. The case brought to light the perils of the Munchausen by proxy technique, as well as the significance of detecting the warning signals of abuse and getting assistance when necessary. In conclusion, being a parent is a demanding job that takes a great deal of love, patience, and comprehension on your part. There are some parents who, despite the fact that they want the best for their children, go too far and cross the line between being a good parent and abusing or neglecting their children. The incidents referred to as Balloon Boy and the affluenza mother are 2 instances. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section down below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.